Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated. Make sure, if you're in a good mood, because it really helps me out too, you hit the thumbs up, you get involved in the comments, you subscribe if you're new, and you hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. And thank you for not missing this, you legend. Today, we are going to be going over a good friend of mine, Lee Greenshield's Scottish database, Scotland Overhaul, Scotland Reborn. It's come from him playing a Scotland save recently with Dundee, and he was enjoying it for a bit, and then after a few seasons, he got bored. And Greeno loves making a database. He hasn't really done one for a while. It's how we met. 5 or 6 years ago now. He made a couple and he came to me and asked if I'd make videos on him. You may have seen him, very old now. One was a Marvel universe, which was great, and he did a Game of Thrones one, which was fantastic, and we've been friends ever since. Obviously you might know him from Ricardo Oliveira in the old Tycoon series, or more recently as Greeno the baddie in the Road to Anywhere until he got blew up and died. But he is a good guy and a good friend of mine, and he's decided to revamp Scotland. Now I've done it in the past, I just usually put money into it. He's put some real effort into this. I kind of know a bit about it, but we're going to look at it together. He was going to make an appearance today and explain himself, but he's very poorly. He's got man flu, and as men we know that is the worst kind of flu, so he can't come on the channel. So he sent me a ginormous paragraph to read, which I'm going to try and read as quick as I can. You can tell he's written it and not me, because he's better at that kind of thing. So I'm going to read it quickly, hopefully, give you a quick understanding before we get into the database. So here we go, I'll try my best. Introducing the Football Manager experience with a revamped Scottish football pyramid database. Bid farewell to the days of monotonous fixtures against the same teams. The leagues of Scotland have undergone a transformative facelift, now boasting 5 dynamic divisions, each housing 18 teams. This edited database promises an exhilarating and unpredictable journey through the Scottish football landscape. The Premier League and Championship have secured sponsorship from none other than Spotify, injecting crucial funds into the clubs and elevating the competition to new heights. The third tier is now the Conference Premier, completing a comprehensive 3-tier system, each featuring 18 formidable clubs vying for supremacy. Halfway. But the excitement doesn't stop there, no. Cup competitions have undergone a radical transformation, ensuring a thrilling spectacle for both players and fans alike. While the FA Cup maintains its prestigious tradition, the League Cup has embraced a groundbreaking partnership with Qatar Airways. The final now unfolds in a dazzling setting of Qatar, offering clubs unprecedented financial rewards exclusive to Premier League and Championship teams. The revamped League Cup introduces a group stage during pre-season, setting the stage for epic clashes and surprising upsets. Conference teams are not left out of the action though. No, Greeno's not forgetting about you. They now have the opportunity to partake in a parallel cup competition featuring a similar group stage format and culminating in a gripping final at the National Stadium. To kick off the season in style, a Super Cup showdown awaits at the iconic Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Witness the clash between the Premier League champions and the FA Cup winners, setting the stage for a season of unpredictable drama and intense competition. Get ready to redefine Scottish football history in this meticulously crafted Football Manager edited database. Mate, you've got a lot to live up to with that, eh? You're bigging this up. Is it going to be any good? Hopefully it will. I will be putting save files down below for you to download. He will be putting it on Steam today, the day of filming. So you have to look out for it there if you want to change it up. Let's get into it. So over the years, I've made a few Scottish databases and I really enjoy it. I do love Scotland. Family connections there. My granddad was Scottish. I've talked about that before. My family name is Scottish. And I do like the idea of playing in Scotland. And I've done it myself. I've done series with United and so on. Dundee United. And it's all right, but obviously it gets a bit boring. You've got the 2 big teams, the Glasgow teams at the top. And I think like Greeno was saying to me, you know, you're in certain divisions, you're playing the teams over and over again lots of times. It gets a bit boring, it's quite hard. And he didn't just want to pump a ton of money in. I think he's improved the money, but it's not like a billionaire takeover. But he's just, I think it's changed the entire structure. And it could be fun, you could find it interesting. It's that time of year when you want to try something new. And I have a lot of Scottish viewers. It might be quite cool for you to check out as well. So I think we go through all the competitions first and see what they're like. Starting with the new Spotify Premier League. We've got 18 teams. Now, of course, I haven't built this. I don't know how he's decided what's what. I'm guessing he's used clubs' reputations. That's what I'd do. So let's see the rules. Here we go. So, of course, I'm hoping and I'm guessing that if it's been improved over the years, the teams will get stronger and you'll get more European spaces. But this is where we're starting out at. Prize money's definitely improved. You're going to get 20 million if you win the league. So he's pumped way more money into the league, but he's not gone silly with it like I probably would have, given you 100 million. So that means, you know, you can slowly improve. It could be a nice long save for you. Now, I'm not going to go through all the rules, but I will slowly go through them. There you go. Feel free to pause it and have a look yourself, because we've got a ton of stuff to get through. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Right at the bottom. Next up, it's the Spotify Scottish Championship again. 18 teams. There's Ayr United. It's where my family came from originally. So that's why I did a save with them years ago. Loved it. That was a great save, that. It's similar to my Curzon save I'm doing at the minute, where year after year after year I was just rebuilding the squad with no money, signing freebies, but I got there in the end. So much fun. Again, these are the rules. I'm guessing there won't be much difference. Obviously, prize money is a little different. I'll quickly go through it again. Just feel free to pause it. But you got promotion playoffs and all that. I do like that. I do like it. But there you go. We're at the bottom yet? We are. Now, this way could be interesting if you really want to do something different. Come down to the third tier. This is the Greco Conference Premier. 18 teams. Again, Spartans. Instantly like them, because that name is cool. Again, the rules, and I don't think they're any different, really. Their prize money is quite low. But it could be a right good challenge, this. I do like it. I like it a lot. He's put some absolute effort into this. Now down to the Greco Conference 1. Again, 18 teams. As you can see, some I've never heard of at all. Some right challenges down here. Again, here are the rules. Money's really low, but this is where the challenge is. You could have a real good challenge and probably, you know, take one of these smaller clubs through the league system a lot easier than you would on a standard Scottish save. Now onto the final league, the Greco Conference 2. Again, what be them? Keith, what a name! Keith. There's a team called Trevor as well. Nigel. Sorry if you're a Keith fan, if there are any. That is the best name of a football club ever. Keith. Again, same rules. Bottom division. Pretty sure everything's the same. I mean, I've not looked at it. I'm letting you look at it. Pause it. Soak it in. Of course, it's the Scottish FA Cup, and he said he didn't want to change this. It is iconic. It is perfect how it is. But what it has changed is the Qatar Airways Cup. I like this. It's always hard when you do stuff like this, you know. Different groups and so on. A lot of testing involved. It takes a lot of time. I suppose I don't really have, really. I'd like to build a really complex database one day, but I have a lot of other YouTube stuff to get through. But what I do like is how he's made it a bit different, a bit more exotic. So when you get to the final, it's not in Scotland. All them mad Scots whose team gets to the final will fly out to Qatar on a little holiday adventure. There you go, look at that. So of course you start in the group stage, and it's through to the first round, quarter final, the semi-final. Looks like it's in September, but the final is at the end of December. You get 2.5 million if you win, 500,000 if you lose. Get a little bit of appearance money, and you get to go out to Qatar. This is the lower divisions cup. I think he says it's the same format or similar format, the way it works. Obviously starting out with groups. Could be really exciting. If you're Keith. Where's Keith? There they are. Group E. You gotta be Keith. I'm loving myself some Keith. I mean, the legend's called Cammy Keith. And is that Colin Hendry from Blackburn? Is it? Did he play for Keith? And again, same format, group stage, first round, quarter final, semi-final, final. That's in November. Prize money, 50k if you win it. So yeah, he ain't gone silly with the money, has he? It's so tempting when you build your own database to go a bit silly. But it's going to be like a real slow burner of a database, you know, revamped structure. You can put a bit of effort in. It's not gone overboard with the cash. Then when you get to the top, you're going to have more chance of growing your club and maybe competing with them Glasgow teams. And then we have the Hard Rock Challenge Shield, which is the Super Cup, and a bit like, I think it is Spain and Italy. Do they do that now? Where, you know, they have a Super Cup and they go abroad with it. That's what Scotland have decided to do. Big money deal. Fly out to Miami. I mean, jet setting all over the place, aren't you? But it just makes it different, and I like that little touch to it. So, of course, these are the season odds for the big league, the Spotify Premier League, and, of course, Celtic and Rangers are at the top. But is this going to change? How are things going to adapt? I mean, I think as a human being playing this database with anyone but Celtic and Rangers, you could really push them now. A bit more money, a bit more prestige. They should get more European spots, I reckon. And it could be a lot more fun, in my opinion. Still a challenge to try and topple them two. But he's sent me a couple of save files. Now, I usually do 5 or 10 years, sometimes 20. So he sent me quite a lot. He's actually sent me a 50-year. So I'm thinking we just jump 50 years into the future and have a look how it fully runs over 50 years. But I believe as a human, you'd probably do better. So do you think Celtic and Rangers are going to still be on top? Or could some people start to take over? So here we are now. It's the 15th of June, 2073. And I don't know if you noticed, but on the opening page, Scotland's world ranking was 30th. It's now 11th. So as a nation, they've improved. Major clubs, though, you know, Partick Thistle, then Celtic, Motherwell, Kilmarnock, Ross County, and Rangers. So there's definitely some change. But how much change has there been when it comes to winning that top division? Well, this is the last league table we are looking at, and Celtic have won it. But Partick Thistle were second. Got Motherwell, Rangers, Ross County, Kilmarnock. Where's Keith? Keith out there. Come on, Keith. So let's have a look. Well, as soon as you go on the history, it is Celtic, Rangers. But it's going to take teams its time. And I've always said this. I think us as humans playing the game, we do way better than the AI. But as it's still just been a Rangers Celtic domination. Let's go. No, Motherwell. By the 2040s, we've got Motherwell starting to come in. Look at that, 4 titles. Look at that. Partick Thistle getting 4 back-to-back. That's why they're at the top. Another 2. Ross County, Partick Thistle, Kilmarnock. So there has been some change. There's some teams in and around pushing and winning titles. What about stadiums? Well, a lot more stadiums, a lot bigger stadiums. A lot of imaginative names the AI's given, like the Hibernian Stadium, the Partick Thistle Stadium. Hate how he does that. Now, I've said this in a recent video recently. You can change a stadium name whenever you want to, right? It can be a current save 50 years in. I made a video on, I think it was FM24. The same principles apply. Go back and find it, how to change your stadium name. Follow that process. And if you do get a new stadium in a current save, and they name it the Hibernian Stadium, you think, that's rubbish, they should have named it after me, I've just won 5 titles, you can change it to whatever you want. It's quite simple, really. So check out that video if you need some help doing it. I'm not going to go through the history of every league, but we'll look at the Championship and a lot more of a mixture there. I mean, look at that. Partick Thistle, they're winning the title, and they've come up into the top division and just started winning, become the top team in Scotland. Quick look at them stadiums, and again, a lot of new stadiums. You can tell that because they're called the Spartan Stadium or the Hamilton Stadium or the East 5 Stadium. Very boring. But it's good it's shown that the country does grow and improve, and it would not do that over a 50-year period on a standard Scottish database. So here they are, Partick Thistle. Apparently the number 1 team in Scotland at the minute, playing the 34,000 capacity stadium. They've won titles. What else have they won? We've got to have a look. Any European trophies? No. 6 Qatar Airways Cups, a couple of Hard Rock Challenge Shields, 3 FA Cups, loads of Premier Leagues now. Of course, they must have won some back in the day. So, you know, they've definitely improved. And I think we need to look at the European stage, how much have Scottish teams improved in Europe. But before any of that, I think the biggest question of this database is, the most important thing is, how the hell are Keith doing? Well, unfortunately for Keith, they're in the bottom division, the Greco Conference 2. Come on, Keith. Come on, Keith. I feel like doing a save with Keith to save Keith. I love it. I don't know why it's tickled me. A team called Keith. Only goes back to the 50s, but for the last, 20 years, they've just been in this division. Pretty bang average, but recently they've improved. They finished 9th last year, and I think they just finished 14th, so they've dropped back down a little bit. Come on, the Keith. So we're going to look at Europe for now. A few other things I want to check out as well. And we'll start with the Europa Conference League. Now, there's been a lot of years, and sometimes I'm rubbish at this and I miss stuff and I say, oh, nothing's happened. And I get someone in the comments saying, what about that in 2038? Anyway, so let's try and have a look. Conference. Looking for Aberdeen beat Newcastle. Check that out. I'm not looking at runners up. It's all about winners. Second place might as well be last place in my opinion. So there you go. Rangers have just lost one. I've just noticed. I don't know why the logos aren't working, seeing as they should, because they've got the license fee. But you know, databases, they're funny old things. But anyway, here we are with the Europa League. Can I see any Scottish teams? Any Scottish teams done well? I mean, obviously, it's been a massive thing. Well, Motherwell! Go on, Motherwell. Beating Juve in the final, Celtic. There's been an improvement in Celtic again. Ross County. I love that. So he's obviously been an improvement, but he's not gone crazy with it. I think he's made the structure more fun and more challenging, really, than just giving everyone billions of quid. What about the big one? Well, as a Man United fan, I hate the beginning of it. That ain't going to happen when they get demoted with 115 charges to the freaking Sky Bet League 2, is it? Blue noses. Let's go through. Too many cities. I don't think I've missed anything. I might have to actually go back down and have a look at runners up because I'm not looking at that. I'm really concentrating. Any Scottish teams? Anyone? I don't think there is there? So there's a challenge for you. Champions League. Let's check out the other competition, starting with the famous Scottish FA Cup. Celtic winning one. They got a couple of other teams there. I like that. And there's a good mixture here, isn't there, of teams. Falkirk. I've said it many times. I had a Falkirk shirt at school. Wore it on a non-uniform day and got annihilated for it. Of loads of people at school. Why are you wearing that? What's that? Who are they? This was in the early 90s. I just thought it was cool. East Kilbride. I like that one. Ayr United. Come on. Now this is the cool one. The FA Cup's great, of course, but he's completely revamped the League Cup with the group system and everything, and then going out to Qatar. I like the idea of that. And these are all the winners, of course. A lot of the main boys, Hearts are in there. Aberdeen have got one. And then it started to get a right good mixture. No Keiths, but you know what I mean? That is pretty cool. I like it a lot. Celtic won the last one. And this is where you play in Qatar. 86,000. I don't think you can have a beer out there though, can you? I don't know if the Titan Army would like that. Now on to the lower level teams League Cup, basically. If I don't see a Keith, I'm kicking off. Right? But these have been all the winners. And of course, this is just played at Hampden Park. Keep it nice and simple. Come on, Keith. Come on, Keith. I'm looking for a Keith. I fell in love with Keith. As soon as I've finished making this video, I am on the internet. I'm Googling the hell out of Keith. See if I can get a Keith shirt somewhere. No Keiths. But now it's on to the brand new Hard Rock Challenge Shield, and another aspect of this database I love, the fact that you go out to Miami, to the Hard Rock Stadium. What a spectacle that would be. Proper glamour Super Cup, basically. And it was won by the two main teams for many years until Motherwell got in there in 2042. And then it's starting to get a bit more mixture. Motherwell have become a team, haven't they? Party Thistle, of course. Kilmarnock are in there. Ross County. I do like how some teams have managed to do it, but like I've said earlier, I think if you play this database and you are one of the lower level teams, even in the top division, you put the work in, you could topple them and probably have a lot of fun. I think this could be a real joy to play, and it's so imaginative and different than anything I've done. I thought it'd be quite cool as well to look at a Scottish national team, arrange it by value and see where these players are at. I've instantly seen someone's out there in the United Arab Emirates, and of course some of these boys are out around in Europe, Chelsea, Milan, Aston Villa and so on, but there's still a lot of players that are still in the teams in Scotland, which is really cool. One of the players that's highlighted is called Tony. Now it's Farquhar, isn't it? Right? I used to work with a guy called Martin Farquhar. That's the English name, right? But he pronounced it Farker. Martin Farker. I don't know why I was going to laugh, because it sounds like swearing. But let's have a look. So the top boy is at Partick Thistle. There's a midfield centre called Elliot Windsor. So there's definitely improvement, because again, it's 50 years and it will improve. Training facilities have improved. I think he's given a small boost to things like that. So, you know, better regens / new gens if you're young are going to be coming through. But I do like that the most expensive player is still in Scotland. Oliver McCormack. I mean, being Scotland manager would be good. Have Scotland done well? With these kind of players, you could win some areas. Tony Farker. There we go. Ryan Hurd again. Partick Thistle, man. He's a player. Dylan Thompson at Liverpool. Anyone at United? Yeah. Ruben Duncanson. What a name. So yeah, they've won one major. And they've just won it in 2072. Scotland beat Spain in Germany to win the Euros. I want to quickly look as well at some of the finances, see what the finances are like at this stage. And again, they're good. But, you know, this is Rangers, one of the best teams in the country. And it's not hundreds of millions. So, again, I think it's more challenging. And if you could win a Champions League, I think that'd be amazing. This is Celtic's bank balance. And again, decent. But I'm guessing, you know, they've probably got bigger wages, spending that money. But I do like the fact that it's not hundreds of millions. And we've got to check out Partick Thistle because, you know, they're the biggest team apparently now in Scotland, the #1 team in the rankings. Ouch. Let's be honest, we all wanted to look at the Maroons. Keith. Not even Keith FC, it's just Keith. Who you played today, Keith? Down the pub. That's their bank balance. So, you know, take over, Keith. That's my challenge to you. And win a Spotify Scottish Premier League. Can you do it? Have you got the skills? Take on the challenge. Come on and let me know how it goes. Now we're going to the Ballon d'Or just to see if any of them have won one. Now, one of the Scottish regions has Peter Fleming, who's won 4 Ballon d'Ors on the bounce there. Playing for Liverpool, ex-Rangers boy, went to Spurs as well. So it does show you that it's generating better players in your league. Keep holding them players. Be Scotland manager, I don't know. But I honestly think this would be an absolutely fantastic save for you to try out. And just a final look at the last league table again, just to show you the competition reputation where the Spotify Premier League is took a dip over the last few years. It's now the 6th best league, but that is still fantastic. Better than the Bundesliga, better than Holland, better than Belgium. So yeah, I'm hoping you try out the save files. If you check the description, you'll find them. And there'll be a graphics pack down there as well. And he will be putting this on Steam for you, so keep your eye out for it on Steam. If you want to just change it up a little bit and have a bit of fun with it, maybe add some more money, do whatever you want to it. I'm sure he won't mind. But fantastic work, I think, from Greeno. I think it's a very interesting idea, very imaginative, puts a whole different spin on Scottish football and give you something different to play and a bit more enjoyment on the fantastic game that is FM24. There we go, that is the end of the video. Thank you again to my good friend Greeno for allowing me to highlight his database. Hopefully some of you out there get some enjoyment from it. I really do appreciate you taking the time to sit here and listen and watch. Let me know if you ever go with it. And thank you. Hit that thumbs up, get involved in the comments, let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're new and hit that bell and you'll never miss anything I do. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure you go and check out some of my content. I've got a series with Curzon Ashton running. I've done a few experiments. I've done many things over the years, and my long running journeyman, The Road to Anywhere, will be returning very soon. So if you're a fan of that, keep your eyes out because I can't wait to get started. It's going to be as bonkers as ever. But honestly, thank you. I really appreciate your view. That is the most important thing. So stay happy, stay safe, have a great weekend. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.